Hey everyone, welcome to Anita's Joint, hashtag Exendajoint. Every day is payday, baby. I hope y'all doing well. Okay, y'all. So, as you seen by the title, I'm pretty much breaking down. I didn't know there was more in-depth details that I was missing when it came to the qualifying, who deserves to be qualifying. So we're gonna really figure this out, and I will get to the devil. I'm gonna get to the devil of the details. I hear some echo. Weird. I'm gonna get to the devil of the details of what. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Let me just see something real quick. Let me go on YouTube. Hopefully y'all can hear me because I know sometimes when I do some new things, y'all can't hear me. What is this? Oh, that's what's up. Yeah. And I'm gonna break down a YouTube video. Okay. Hold on. Can you hear myself? Okay. Yep, we good. We good. Okay, we good. All right, y'all. So this is the FIFA Women's World Cup because we just watched England play Lithuania. Since I watched England play Lithuania, no, I got all the groups down, right? So I'm gonna go on. Look, let me just share my screen right, y'all. All right. Let me share this screen with you all. Okay, bet. All right, so the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup Qualifications. So we know the World Cup is only the World Cup is only going to have 32 teams. All right, and so my question was, why not? If it's the 32 teams, what's the point of the FIFA World Ranking? What is the point of the FIFA World Ranking? What's the point of the qualifications? Like why is it this case scenario, right? Who deserves to qualify, right? Who deserves to qualify? So when I googled it, right, 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup Qualifications, and especially because I'm looking at, I wrote down all the groups. So right now we're experiencing, let me scroll this down real quick. We're watching right here, we're watching the 2023 FIFA World Cup qualification. We're watching the 51 teams. So that's England. That's England in the group A through H, right? So I was like, all right. So I wrote down all the rankings, right? I wrote down all the rankings based between the teams that were playing, right? And so I was like, all right, so why not just have it where it's just the top 50 teams compete in the qualification process, right? So we won't have to see, thrashings like we've been seeing, right? And I'm like, what's the point? Because, is this helping the women's game or is it hurting is this helping the women's game or is it hurting the women's game? Because the lowest ranked European team in the qualifications, in this qualification group that we've been watching, let me just that I written down is ranked North Macedonia. They were ranked 131. They were the lowest ranked European team in the. Oh, okay. My bad, y'all. All right. Sorry. All right. What is that noise? That noise is kind of annoying. Okay, so the FIFA women's, y'all can see my screen. Yeah, cool. All right. So who deserves FIFA women's qualification? So I was completely. All right, so there's 6 brackets, 6 confederations. So AFC, the Asians Cup, CAF, the Africa Women's Cup of Nations, CONCACAF, that's where America is, Copa America, the OFC, and the FIFA or UEFA, right? And so, like I said, so these are direct slots. So there's gonna be 6 slots for the A. It's fucked up because we're not colors and we're not our nationalities, but in sports, this is how they break things up based upon your geographical location. So just remind yourself, I'm not African, I'm not black, I'm none of these categorizations. But for sports, this is how they categorize it, because this is the matrix that we live in, right? They systematically tell us we're colors, okay? And if you don't agree with that, I really don't care. I don't care. But anyways, so we have the Asians Cup, we have the Africans Cup, we got the Americans or North America's Cups, we got the South Americans Cup, we got, I think, the OFC. I guess this would be like, I'm not even sure who is this. These are the Ocean Federations, okay, and then we got European, and then this is very interesting. The interconfederate playoffs, which it's just weird. So out of these positions, 3 will come from the interconfidential playoff. 11 will come from the European side. 1 will come for the Oceanic side. Then we have 3 from the South American side. We have 4 from the North American side. We have 4 from the African side, and we have 6 now for the Asian side. Right? So you would say, hands down, the UEFA has the European teams have an advantage because they have more teams they have more teams to participate in the World Cup, right? They have 11 out of everybody else, right? So they have a bigger advantage, correct? We would have to say that, right? And so I wanted just to see what's the point? What is the point of having a World Cup qualifier when majority of the teams are not even going to make the playoffs if you're not above 50, right? And what's the point of the FIFA ranking if it doesn't even go off that? I think it saves us time. It saves the ladies time, because and then it's like, it hurts me to say, because it's like I want other countries to be able to participate in a FIFA World Cup, in a FIFA qualifier, but we don't want to see 10-0 thrashings in the qualification process. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to see that stuff. I don't want to see that. Like, is that helping women's football, or is that hurting it? Especially, we're in the time right now where it's starting to take off, starting to trickle up. And remember, I was telling you on my last stream about like England, right? So we'll break down the groups. I'll break down the groups because we're talking about UEFA. Because right now we're watching this one, the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup. This one has started, and also the Asiatic World Cup has started. But the one we're really watching is this one, the European World Cup qualifying, right? With A through H, these groups, right? Okay, so these are the teams, right? And they got the rankings for us as well, which is good because I wrote down the rankings as well. But start with Group A. Where they at? We're going to start with Group A. Group A, does it have their ranking? No. All right. So in the Group A, Sweden is ranked number 2. And the lowest out of these 5 teams is Georgia. They're ranked 123, right? The second is Finland, ranked number 25. The third, Republic of Ireland, ranked 33. And the fourth is ranked, Slovakia is ranked 45. So 3, 4, 4 out of the 5 teams are in top 50. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with 4. I feel like you need to be in the top 50 because what's the point of the FIFA World Ranking? What's the point of it? What's the point? There's no point. That's just my opinion. So because then it can just be more simpler. You have the top 50 teams compete for the World Cup. You have the top 50 teams compete for the World Cup. 32 out of the 50 are going to make it. I don't care if you're from Asia. I don't care if you're from North America. I don't care if you're from the Asiatic. I don't care. You have to beat the top 50 teams. I feel that's more better football because then what's the point of the ranking? All right, but that's Group A. So the worst matchup you would see is going to see Sweden, ranked 2, versus Georgia, ranked 123, right? And that's what people were saying in the comments section. Well, they're ranked 100 and something. It's a valid point. It's a valid point. So the team, so it's like, okay, so the first team that if you win the group, you're going to qualify. And if you're second, you're in the playoff position. Okay. So then Group B, the highest ranking team is Spain. They're ranked 10. The lowest team in that group is ranked 95. And that's Foreign Islands. All right. So that's going to be the most scariest matchup. It's not bad. It's not as bad as ranked 2 versus number 23. That's not too bad. Okay. But out of the 5 teams, 4 of them are in the top 50, which is good, which is what I like. This is good. We got Scotland coming in at second they're ranked 22. Ukraine coming in at third, they're ranked 31. Hungary's ranked 44, and like I said, Foreign Islands are ranked 95. And as you see, it's gonna show in the brackets, right? All right, so we're gonna move to Group C. Group C. So the top ranked group is Netherlands. They're ranked number 4. The lowest ranked group is Cyprus. They're ranked 123. I think this is a little worse than. It's kind of almost fairly even between number 2 ranked Sweden and versus 123 Georgia, but number 4 ranked Netherlands versus number 126 Cyprus is a little tough as well. But coming in ranked number 16 is Iceland, ranked number 27 is Czech Republic, and ranked number 53 is Belarus. So 3 out of the 5 teams are ranked 50 and up. It's more majority. That's better. We would like to keep it to 4 teams and maybe 1 out of the 50, but not 126. That you don't want to see that. That's not good. That's not good for us. That's not good for football. All right, Group D. That's the group we've been watching. I've been watching. England is the top ranked group. They're ranked number 8. And the lowest ranked group is North Macedonia, ranked 131. That's bad. So 8 versus 131. That's tough. All right, Austria come in second, ranked 21. Northern Ireland come in third, ranked 48. Like we said, coming in fourth is Lithuania. They're ranked 102. And then we have Luxembourg, which we just watched, is ranked 122. So 3 out of the 6 teams are ranked below 150, but ranked below 50. They're not going to qualify for the playoffs. So what is the point? They're not, and you already see it in the what's the point? For them to just, I guess, play some football? It's understanding. But is it good for them? Is it really good? So because people can get hurt, hypothetically speaking. But we're just talking about what's the point of them playing. What is the point of England playing ranked number 31, ranked number 122? What is the point? All right, Group E. Denmark is ranked 24. They're the top of the group. Oh, sorry, hold on. Denmark, hold on. I don't think I wrote Denmark down. Denmark. Okay, my bad. Denmark's ranked 15. Okay, my bad. Hold on. I didn't write Denmark down. Okay, so Denmark is ranked 15. So they're the top of the group. Let me go back. Denmark is ranked 15. And the lowest in their group is ranked 98, Montenegro. Okay. And then they have second is Russia, which is ranked 25. Third is Azerbaijan, is ranked 78. I'm sorry. But after the third place is Bunzen, ranked number 78. We got I said that wrong again. So it's Denmark is 15, Russia is 25, and then Bosnia is ranked 58, and then Azerbaijan is ranked 78, and then Malta is 93, ranked 93, and Montenegro is ranked 98. Now in this one, we see Montenegro, the lowest of the group, ranked 98. You know, in the playoff position, they're not in playoff position. You know what I'm saying? They're not even in playoff position. Russia is. So still, even them being third in the group, and I know it's just the beginning of the season. I know it's just the beginning of it. They're still not in playoffs. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 teams below 50 in this group. It's very interesting. So what is we know? Then all right. Group F. Group F. We got Norway sitting on top with rank number 12, and then Belgium ranked number 19. I'm sorry. Norway sitting on top of 12. The lowest ranked team on that group is Albania, is 128. And then it's Belgium with 19. And then we have Poland with 29. And then Albania, 75. Crossfield ranked 115. And then Armenia, 128. So we have 3 out of the 4 teams, 3 out of the 6 teams is half and half. 3 are in the top 50, 3 are not. And Group G. Italy are ranked 14. They had the highest seed. And then we have the lowest is Lithuania with 106. Okay. Now, second is Switzerland with 20. Third is Romania with rank 42. Fifth is Croatia with 54. And then Moldavia is ranked 97. And like I said, Lithuania is 6 again. So once again, we have 3 out of the 6 teams. 3 are above the 150 and 3 are less than the 50. All right, coming to Group H. Germany are ranked number 3. The lowest ranked group is Bulgaria, ranked 79. Portugal coming second, ranked 30. Siberia is ranked 41. Turkey ranked 69. Israel 71. And then once again, Bulgaria 79. And then Group I. So France is the highest seeded group ranked number 5, and their lowest is Estonia, ranked 105. Second to France is Wales with rank 34. Then we have Slovenia, ranked 49, Greece 64, Kazakhstan ranked 82, and then Estonia ranked number 105. All right, so this is the second round and the first round playoffs. So Austria, Scotland, Belgium, this is just hypothetically speaking, right? Austria, Scotland, Belgium, Portugal, Netherlands, Italy, Russia, Finland, Wales. So Austria, where are they at? Ranked 21. Scotland, ranked 22. Belgium, ranked 19. Portugal, ranked 30. Netherlands, ranked 4. Russia, ranked 24. Finland, ranked 25. Wales, ranked, what's Wales at? 34. So all these teams are in the above 50. All these teams are in the top 50. So still, you would think about it, a team lower than 50 is usually not going to qualify for the FIFA Women's World Cup. So why do they have the qualifiers like this? Why do they have it set up? I'm just starting to think it's to give them just a shot, just to give them an opportunity. But is this helping them or is it hurting? Is this helping women's football or is it hurting women's football? You know what I'm saying? Should their strive be to get to So should their strive be to get to the top 50 world ranking? And this is the European side, right? This is the UEFA, right? So wait, here this is the UEFA bracket, right? Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 brackets, and UEFA is going to have 11 teams. Sweden probably, Germany probably, Netherlands probably, Sweden, Germany, Netherlands, France, England, Spain, Norway, Italy, Denmark. Only 11 teams are going to be able to qualify for this. And then, look, we're going to stay in the top 50, right? So it stops at Slovenia. So let me count up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11, all the way to Poland. So let's count 11 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That stops at Norway. And then up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, well, 1. Okay, so we got 6. So 6 all the way from Sweden. So 1, Sweden. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it stops at Belgium. And mostly, so it's pretty much Iceland and Belgium. We'll see. But we know Sweden's going to qualify. We know Germany's going to qualify. The Dutch are going to qualify. France are going to qualify. England are going to qualify. Spain are going to qualify. Norway is going to qualify. And I would say Italy are going to qualify, and Denmark. And that just brings you to Iceland and Belgium. Number ranked 16, ranked 19. And everybody else, I'm not saying they don't have a shot, but it's just based upon the standards. I'm like, okay. And like I said, so for me, it's a little different. I feel something has to change. Because I'd rather them have a playoffs where it's like we'll qualify top 50 teams. Excuse me if I spit. So this is the Asiatic. The only team really has won anything, is Japan. And I think China won something. But Japan, out of everyone, Japan. They're going to have Australians in there. But really, Japan. We're going to see America play, is it Korea? South Korea. Is South Korea in here? Are they? What the fuck? How are America going to play South Korea and they're not in here? What the fuck? Let me see something real quick. All right. USA, they're going to be playing within an hour. Yeah, South Korea. What is South Korea ranked? Let's see. What is South Korea ranked in women's FIFA World Ranking?
18, according to some information I found on Wikipedia.
It says they're ranked 18. Okay, so is it Korea Republic? Is that them? I'm guessing that's them. 18. Korea Republic. Okay, I guess that's them. Okay. So Korea, what the DP? What's the difference? We're so separated. Even South Korea, North Korea, bullshit. All right, so that's them. And just imagine if they were in full unity. You know what I'm saying? Fucking A. How better? How would they be? Just it's bullshit. Anyways. Okay, so USA are gonna be. This is better. This is way better because Paraguay was ranked 50, and so Korea, America number 1 versus Korea is ranked number 18. We really need this. I'm gonna have to doing it like that because I feel it is. Not saying it's a waste of the ladies' time, but it really is because they will not. It's not the same competitive level. You know, it's not the same it's not mentally football. It's not the same. And so I was talking about earlier about how I'm gonna go over here. This is just the European states. So 11 teams are going to qualify out of this, and we already know the 11 teams in UEFA. All these teams, all the way to it's between Belgium and Iceland. It's between, we would say, we have to wait till the World Cup qualifying ends. But everyone else up here, the top 10 teams in UEFA are going to qualify. Sweden, that's 1. Germany, 2. 4, Netherlands. 5, France. 6, England. That's right. Let's say 1. Sweden, Germany, Netherlands, France, England. Spain is 6. Norway is 12. Italy. Oh, why did I say Norway is 12? Spain is 6. Norway is 7. Italy is 8. Denmark is 9. The top 9 teams based upon their ranking in FIFA are going to make it. Only 2 teams really have a chance to even make it out of those 11, right? And they're all top 50 teams, right? And we're still going to wait till the World Cup qualifying going to end. But still, it's going to be the same way. It's going to be the same way. So what is the point? If it's going to end up ultimately going in the favor of the highest ranking team. The highest ranking team are ranked high for a reason. They're going to be the ones that qualify. So maybe 2 teams out of UEFA, they're still going to be above 50. Nobody else below 50 is going to be able to get into. You know what I'm saying? Because the way they have it grouped, that's the way they have it grouped. It'd be different if they had Sweden. It'd be different if they had Sweden in a group like the World Cup. If they had Sweden in the same group, Germany in the same group, France, the teams will really have to fight, right? To make it to the World Cup, right? I think maybe they should just start doing the top 16 teams make it to the World Cup. So we won't have to see the ass whoopings that we be seeing on TV. Maybe the top 16 teams need to go ahead and qualify. There's no need to see y'all play anybody below rank 15 because until the World Cup. Because what's the point? Us seeing Sweden whoop on Georgia, right? What's the point of we seeing England whoop on North Macedonia? What is that for? What's the point? What's the point? They're not on the same level, right? What's the point? I got questions. I don't understand. And then, some of the teams that will. Let me see. Let me go back. Yeah. Okay, here it is. Hold on. All right, that's just UEFA. They got the biggest pot of teams. So 175 teams will start out, but only 32 will make it. And majority, they're going to be ranked in the 50 and above 50. There's not going to be so many teams that are going to be below 50 that are going to make it, right? So what's the point of all this? Just to show what team? What UEFA? What team's going to make it? What CONCACAF? Let me see. CONCACAF has who? I only got 2 groups. 2 groups. Maybe they should start combining some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's a waste of time. We know America's going to qualify. Canada, probably. CONCACAF. It'd be different. They add it'd just be different. I think the qualification needs to be like a mini World Cup. Because now you're really going to have to really compete to get to the World Cup. Not, we know because our CONCACAF is weak. You're not really going to have to, we know you're going to qualify. People will be like, USA, no, we know they're going to qualify. We know Dutch are going to qualify. We know Germany, you know what I'm saying? It's teams that invest in their women's sports. We know that they're going to qualify. right? The African nations, I'm not too familiar, but they only have they don't have no information yet, but that's coming up. You see, the African, they don't start till October next month. September, Asian, 27 teams. They have 4 stages, three groups. Japan, Australia. Australia's already qualified. EBC and China out there. India, I don't know. What is India ranked? Let me see. Look, okay, we got the ranking. Hold on, let me go back here. What is India ranked? 57, below 50. So how many people in the Asians Cup are ranked above? Oh, that's right. How many teams are ranked above 50? So we got, and only look. Only 6 teams will be able to make it out of the Australia's or the Asian Cup. Only 6 teams. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Vietnam, Korean Republic, China, Japan, Australia, Korea. So pretty much everyone else really is like, you might get a spot. And we know you're not going to win the World Cup. But it's just like we've made it to the World Cup. I guess, but you have to beat these teams. I guess this is how they have it down. All right, let's go to the African World Cup. So we're going to have 1 team that's ranked in the 50. And they're going to have 4 teams that go to the qualifications, that go to the World Cup. 4 spots for the African nations. Only 1 team. The last time we've seen, the only 1 team are going to make it. Not 1 team. Only 1 team is above 50. That's Nigeria. But 4 teams are going to make it. So it could be Ghana, South Africa, Cameroon, and Nigeria. And everyone else? And then here's the thing. Once they make it to the World Cup, are they going to qualify? Are they going to get out the group stages? All right. So this is the South American, Brazil, Colombia, Argentina, Chile. Only 4 teams are going to make it. Paraguay. Oh, only 3 teams, actually. Only 3 teams in South America are going to make it. So Brazil, Colombia, Argentina, Chile, maybe over Argentina. How is Argentina ranked above Chile? I haven't seen Colombia play. But only... Very interesting. Very interesting. Let me see. FIFA Women's World Cup. Now I'm just going to go through the winners. We're going to go through the winners. History. Hold on. Okay. So there's already been, well, we're about to have our 9th World Cup. Our 9th World Cup. About to have the 9th World Cup, right? So it's still fairly new. It's fairly new. Well, these are the winners. The first World Cup, America. The second, Norway. Third, USA. 4th and 5th, both Germany. 6th, Japan. 6th and 7th, America. And aren't they all? Norway, I think, is the only one out of the top. Let me see. Norway, right now, where are they ranked? Norway's ranked 11th. Was ranked 12th. Right now. And everyone else, runner-ups. Norway, Germany, China, Sweden, Brazil, USA, Japan, Dutch. Similar names. China, what are they ranked again? Where's China ranked? 17. Okay, they're ranked 17 now, but this was in 1990s. China was pretty legit, and they posted the countries twice. They hosted it twice. And then the third place teams: Sweden, USA, Brazil, USA, Sweden, England, Sweden. Fourth place: Germany, China, Norway, Canada in there for the first time, France in there for the first time, Germany, England again. I think that's but it's getting bigger. As you see, it started off with 12 teams in the first two World Cups. Started off with 16 teams after the next 4 years. 24 teams the last back-to-back year. This is going to be the biggest World Cup we have, right? With 32 teams. And the World Cup is still new. Nine. So I feel because it's still fairly new, we need to only have the best teams competing, even in the group stages, because that's going to be the best football. No game should be easy, really, based upon the ranking. No game should be easy. So then if they just save their legs for qualifying, they could have many little tournaments like WBC, like the IIC tournament, like the Women's World Cup tournament. And so it's like how do the other countries improve? How do the other countries improve? They need to not have it where they only if other teams only be able to compete, like if the only way one team is going to be able to say UEFA's team or CONCACAF's team is the only way they compete against high ranked team is in the World Cup qualifying, it's going to be a bust. It's like this is your first time you're playing these ranked teams. This is the first time you are doing that. You are not going to be successful in your first round. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. They have to play each other more consistently. But then again, that nation, that country has to invest more money into the game. And so I talked about it earlier before. Now all countries are in the realm of sports where that's their biggest money. You know what I'm saying? And we talk about population. We talk about people you know what I'm saying? Let me throw a photo. But I think things need to change when it comes to the qualification. You know what I'm saying? It just needs to be better. I feel all the teams should compete together like a World Cup. So a mini World Cup, but it's qualified for the World Cup just to see who's going to win. If it's all CONCACAF, if it's all UEFA teams, oh well, it shouldn't matter. We want to see the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? I think that's better. And then then again, it's like, what's the point of the ranking if we already know it's going to be the end result? If that's going to be the end result, a top 10 or top 15 team is going to win the World Cup. We already know the inevitable. We haven't seen other countries below 15 win the World Cup, right? Oh, fuck. So, I mean, these are just some of my questions. Some of the things that are brought up in discussions. And it's really hard to say, who deserves and who doesn't. But I know that things have to change. Things have to change for things have to change in these countries that don't have as much money in the women's game. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just not good football. It's not good for them. It's not good for us. And what's the point? That like what back-to-back games. I'm not too sure. It'd be different maybe if they were all like maybe like one rank. Like I'm trying to see who's the kind of fairly even group in Europe right now in the UEFA groups. I'm looking at the groups. Let me show y'all. Again. Because they're the only ones that I'm watching right now. Let me show y'all again. But I believe things are going to get better. The teams are going to get better. Because that's the only thing that's going to happen. The teams are going to get better. It's going to be better. But of course, we love to see teams that, we love the underdog stories. And then it's like, what? And then really, what's the point? Because I know that, they do rituals and spells. You like, it's like, what's the point? What's the point when you know that teams get handpicked to win certain tournaments? If you don't know that, teams get hand selected. They choose the team who's going to win before the World Cup. You know that, right? You have to know that. You know what I'm saying? You have to know that. The only two teams, based upon the World Cup, that have won are the European sides and America. UEFA sides and America. That's the only two. I think, yeah, because UEFA, we seen the only team that's Norway. Did Norway win? No, it was. Oh yeah, and then one Asian team, that was Japan. But there's only been 9, right? There's only been 9. And it will change over time as it progresses. If they have it every 2 years, it's going to be very interesting. If they have a World Cup every 2 years, I think, I say fuck it. I say why not? I'm not a footballer. Footballers may say otherwise. I say why not? Why not have the World Cup every 2 years? It would help. It would make a lot more. I mean, I can see the pros and cons to it because we talked about it. The pros and cons to it. The pros of having a World Cup every 2 years is, a lot more talent. We would see a lot more talent. We could see dominant national teams. You know what I'm saying? If America won, if Germany won back-to-back World Cups in 4 years, what can happen if there's two World Cups in those 4 years, right? Someone can win it 4 times. You know what I'm saying? So it's possible to see dominance of national teams come arise. So still would be like the top ranked 50 teams. I mean, it just based upon the way they set it up. You know what I mean? But yeah. But if you know, it's all a ritual. It's a ritual and spell. The sports is rituals and spells. But I just think overall, I feel it's just my opinion. I think qualifiers is just dumb. They can, and honestly, if they do have it every 2 years, they can just cut qualifiers. They can decide like, all right, the top 32 teams, y'all qualify, or y'all have a playoff for the top 24. You can condense it like that. All right, the top 32 teams that are ranked, we're gonna cut it down to 24 now, and y'all fight it out. The group stages, that'd be better. You know what I'm saying? But I can see how if they wanted to make it bigger so more teams can come. But we know the inevitable. We know a top-ranked team is going to win the World Cup because that's just where it is right now, right? Okay. And I think that'd be better football for me. It sucks because then the players would have to know, like, if you're a dual citizen, man, we have to. It would make other countries invest in their women's football if they want to see them in the World Cup. If not, they're never going to see them in the World Cup until they invest. It would force other countries' hands if they wanted their women to participate in the World Cup. Now the men, that's a whole other thing because you know how they like to separate things. But it'd be different if because we know the revenue is there for the boys, it's not really there for the women. It'd be different if be like, all right, both men and women shared the equal revenue, stuff like that. We get to the devil of the details, but honestly, I mean, nobody got time for that shit. Nobody got time for it, and it just makes you just like, all right, it's really just fuck shit. But the World Cup is in Asia, is in Australia, in in Netherlands. The England Euros are in England. I wouldn't be surprised if England won it because it's in England, just like the Dutch won it and it was in Dutch in Netherlands. And people are like, that's just a coincidence. No, that's how they set it up. That's how they set it up. That's the Matrix. That's how they set it up. And I'm not saying Dutch are a bad team. The Dutch should have had beat America, but they set things up. The Matrix. You know what I'm saying? So what is the point of the rankings, right? What's the point of the rankings? What is the point of the World Cup qualifying if we know the inevitable, right? And it makes you kind of like, oh, fuck sports. But I still watch it, though. But we got some questions. I got some questions. Let's see what they say about the future. No, I ain't really want to see all that. How did Canada beat Sweden? I still don't know. I still don't know. Germany fell off. France really haven't won anything on the national stage. Really. I don't think they've won anything that much. We haven't really seen Brazil. I don't know if they've won. The Olympics is a little different. But it's about the World Cup. The World Cup and the Olympics. I feel if they make the Olympics like at a certain age cap, it'll be so much better entertainment. In my opinion, too. But yeah. I know it's kind of everywhere here. So who really does deserve to qualify? Who really does deserve an attempt to qualify for the Women's World Cup? Who really deserves it? Who really deserves an attempt? I say the top 50 ranking teams. That's my opinion. The top 50 teams in the FIFA World Ranking actually deserve an attempt to qualify for the World Cup. And that's just my opinion. It's better football because even if we see like USA play Bulgaria and it was an ass whooping, it's still better 1 versus 50 than 2 versus 123. It's so much better. It's a 49 gap. And so other countries will just have to compete to make it in the top 50. UK, you qualify. Now you get the opportunity to attempt to qualify because your team has showed progression and got you in you got in the rank in the 1 through 50 rank. Because how do they even rank the system? How do y'all even rank teams that are below 50? Through what? How do you rank these teams? What's the ranking process like? Because I know it shouldn't be in the qualifiers. If that's the only time y'all rank these teams during qualifiers, it's trash. It's trash. It's trash. So I think that's better. I think that's so much better because then it just makes sense. It just makes sense. It just makes sense because we know what teams are going to qualify based upon the group stages, based upon their rankings. We know what teams are going to qualify, and we know what teams are going to progress in the group stages. And we know it's just going to be just like a smaller Tokyo Olympics, but with more countries. But we know the inevitable. It's going to be probably a top ranked 15 team that wins both the World Cup and every time. But the team has to get into the top 50. That's the whole principle and virtue of it. That's the whole point. So and they can set it up. They have a world, like it can have it'd be like, because if it's a women's World Cup, they can have it a women's World Cup qualifier, and it's a women's World Cup qualifier. Why is it separated in certain countries? They should have a certain distance, a certain geographical location. They all meet. Some teams meet with each other. Okay, we're flying over here. Listen, teamwork made the dream work. Soon. I mean, I remember all the it's because we're so divided. It's just because this is the Matrix. The Matrix. The Matrix. This is the Matrix helps football. The Matrix helps a lot of things, right? Keeps us divided. The Matrix. But if there was no Matrix and these are just football teams and there was no CONCACAF, UEFA, Asiatic, Northern Oceanic, South Africa, Oceanic. If there was none of that, it would just be the top teams, which it is. And most of the top teams, they're in certain geographical locations. Why is that? Why are certain top teams in certain geographical locations? Why? Was it set up that way? Yes, it was. It was set up that way. You look at America, the way we're set up. You look at England, the way they set up. You look at our neighbors, Canada. Why aren't Mexico here? Why isn't Mexico in the top 50? Huh? Why? What happened in Mexico? What happened in Mexico where they're not set up like USA? Right? We're talking about different principles, different ways of ruling people. And that's how the Matrix is. They have different ways of ruling people. That's why we can't come together, because we're all ruled we're all ruled differently in different divisions. But there's only one ruler, fucking Saturn. Saturn got us divided with Asian, CONCACAF, African, South America, UEFA, Oceanic. This is Saturn. That's the Matrix in the Matrix. It was set up that way from the jump. You see how it's systematically set up? People are still asleep to it though. You know what I'm saying? What can we say? What can we say? We can only just tell you truth. I can only just tell you truth. I can only just tell you what is in our faces, right? What is in our faces? And you think about it, USA, the wars that we know, we're taught in history, the wars, who conquered who, all the history that we're taught about these countries. I really don't know anything about Scotland or Austria or Switzerland or Belgium, Korea. We know a little bit about China based upon whatever the social media wants to tell us. But we're talking about sports, right? Some of these countries are not invested in that. They don't have as much freedoms as we do, right? Some of these countries, like I said, how they develop their people is not through how they help their people, how help people become successful. Mainly, is not through sports. Only in certain countries you can actually become a successful professional player and actually make good money, right? Only in certain countries, and not even just because you're from that country. You have to go to another country to make more money, right? You have to go to the Americas. You have to go to the Englands. You have to go to the Germanys. You have to go to the Swedens. You have to go to the French. In sports to become, to at least make a living, right? And then to compete in high quality football. Your national team may never win anything though. That's how they have it set up. It's like same thing with education. You may be a great engineer, but your geographical location, it won't help you make a living. You'll go to another country and make shit tons of money, or you'll go to another country and build something of their land, and then you'll come back to your home with the money that you got in another country and try to help them. Right? Well, why is it like that? Why aren't we all helping each other evolve? Instead, and it's good to travel. It's good to travel. I mean, I haven't traveled. I want to be able to travel different locations just to see how people are. But I bet it's not. It's the only thing will be different is just the way we treat each other will probably be different. But besides that, we'll see the rich, we'll see the poor, we'll see the ghettos, we'll see the slums, we'll see the mansions, we'll see the yachts, we'll see the duality of the classes because there's rich people, there's poor people, there's good soccer, there's bad soccer or football. We'll see it all. We'll see it all. We'll see it all. But football is something every country should invest in because it's so big. That's the power it has. Imagine 11 people from every walks of life, 11 people, and you have certain countries, they have bigger a big, like America's big. South America's big. And South Africa's big. You have leagues, right? Maybe 12 league, maybe one league, maybe two leagues. Two leagues would be dope for every country. Two leagues in every country. You have two leagues. You can get promoted or you can get demoted, or you can be promoted or go to the second tier. Maybe 12 teams, maybe 15 teams. I would say 15 teams would be good. A lot of the Spanish leagues have 18. I'd say, 15, 18 teams. It's possible to happen. 18 teams in the top flight, maybe 18 teams in the second flight. We'll just see. You have a team below you, right? And then, especially if, like in America, we have 50 states. Why don't we have 50 football teams? Or at least 20. Let me cut it in half, 25. We're not there yet. We got 10. In women's football, we have a lot of lower division teams. Why aren't they professional? I have no idea. What? It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Huh? It don't make no sense. And like I said, 11 people. Football can change people's lives. It can give them a living instead of being on the streets, instead of being homeless. They can actually put whatever they want to put their time and energy behind football. They can actually make a living. They can have a roof over their head. They can have shelter. A lot of people, we hear the stories. People growing, especially in the men's game, we hear the stories of them, and in the women's game too, but not so much in the women's game because women weren't really allowed to play football, right? In a lot of countries, they were playing with the boys, right? So we hear it a lot in the men's game where the boys grew up on the streets playing football. This is natural, but they were poor. Their family was poor until they found this game. And all of a sudden their whole life changed, right? They were able to given an opportunity to play a game that honestly they might have known that they could become that successful in, but it happened, right? And they helped their family, right? Secured security for their families, right? We have so many and around the world. We have ruins. We have around the world, and then we see it in football. The teams that are just not supported. We see the ghettos of the football, right? We would just have to say, and then we see the riches of the football. We see the ghettos of the football. We see the riches of the football. Why? But why is that? It's the duality, yeah. It's the duality of this matrix. But why are so many more teams poorer than the other teams? It's very interesting. This matrix is tricky. This matrix is, you just take it with a grain of salt. It is what it is. You have to just look at that in the face. Look at it what it is. And so whoever created the FIFA World Ranking, what was You got to put your mind in you got to put their mind in the place that they did, in the same place as the people you're trying to. Think about the people that created the world that we're living in, well, quote unquote, who created America, who created the country that you live in. And you look out in the world and how they have you living and how they have you going about living. And where are they at? You know what I'm saying? You put your mind in the same place, so you'll know how they were thinking. Not how they were thinking, but what are the outcomes that could happen based upon my mind being in a world that I control. You know what I'm saying? Because we got a small group of people that control the whole planet. And of course, aliens, they help influence. The aliens help influence the people. You can't hear it, but we get frequencies get sent to us via the technology that we have that's presented to us. And then, if people don't acknowledge that they're spiritual beings, that's a hindrance. If you don't know that you're more than a football player, that's a hindrance. If you don't know that you're beyond this vessel, that's a hindrance. You're captive. You're captive. You just think you're this flesh. I'm not this flesh. Thank goodness. Fucking A. Thank goodness I'm not this flesh. Because fuck. Just imagine we were in this body forever. Oh, fuck. Let me get back. I think I'm done with the football talk because we'll be talking about football in a little bit when America plays. No, they're still playing Paraguay, but we're okay. But yeah, I can get a little spiritual. We can get a little spiritual. But yeah, that's just my. Let me just end the who deserves an attempt to qualify for a Women's World Cup. My answer is the top 50 teams deserve an attempt to qualify for the Women's World Cup. And that's it. That's all. That's just my opinion. But yeah. But so now we don't have to talk sports until America comes. But yeah, if people can't acknowledge the fact that we are spirits and bodies having a temporary human experience, as Fernando says, on our way back to gods, because we're gods in human form, trapped in the carbon vessel that this body is, right? Ruled by an evil daddy, Satan, Saturn, who challenges us to transcend our lower negative values, or to challenges us to transcend our limitations, to actually don't look at it as a challenge. Everything that we go through, either in our past life, we done some fucked up shit to deserve it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's karma. You know what I'm saying? So whatever we go through, we have to realize it's an experience that we just had to go through this shit. Like, fuck. And a lot of our stories are similar, right? Like when I listen to a lot of people on YouTube, they had the homeless phase, the broke down and out phase, living with people phase. A lot of we share similar, not timelines, but similar scenarios. And we all got through it, right? We hear the stories, we hear the success stories, we hear the underdog stories, and we love the underdog stories. We were straight up underdogs from the jump. They didn't tell us who we were. They didn't tell us about ourselves. Our parents didn't know about us. I mean, if you were brought into a life with a parent that knew themselves, that's fantastic, because I wasn't. But I don't say that's not a hindrance to me. It's just a greater underdog story. You know what I'm saying? It's a greater underdog story. It's different when you see people that have everything in this matrix, right? And they come and talk to us like, listen, you didn't really go through shit. And that's not their fault. They didn't have that karma, right? And remember, and it's not even just karma. People that have certain things, we all go through things on a different altitude. Their things could be some family stuff. They could have a beautiful family, but inside the family, it's a lot of infighting. You can have a family, you have no family. You know what I'm saying? But you have the greatest friends, you have the greatest support system. It's in different ways how we get tested. So we shouldn't judge anybody's journey, right? But of course, the Matrix will challenge us to judge everybody's journeys because we're like, what the fuck have you been through? You haven't been through what I've been through. It's true, right? But we're still here walking this we're experiencing this life, right? We're experiencing this life. And, you know, of course, based upon the TV, they programmed us to be in certain categories, right? And this is just a phase in life that we're walking through. We're in this era right now where certain people that look certain ways are on top and certain people that look certain ways are on bottom. So another underdog story. You know what I'm saying? Just another underdog story. But watch us shine. You know what I'm saying? It's the underdog story. That's what had came to me a couple nights ago. The underdog story. Really, we all have our own underdog story, and it's important for you to embrace that because that's what people want to hear. People don't want to hear how you were given everything from the jump. People don't want to hear that shit. People can't resonate with that shit. It's be real. People can't resonate with that. People can resonate with the struggle because majority of the people that have walked this planet, and especially during the pandemic, they out here struggling, right? We're out here struggling based upon the fucking Matrix, and they're wanting to fuck up some bullshit, fuck up everybody's lives. Jeez. But it's not the first time. Y'all remember Ebola and swine flu and Spanish flu and all that shit? Yeah. It's not the first time. It's not the first time. Remember, it's not the first time. We just so happen to be in the Great Awakening, and I just so happen to be awake, and I just so happen to be in the present moment right now. That's the only thing that's different in my life is that I'm awake. And a lot of people are waking up. This is the perfect time to start remembering yourself. This is the perfect time for you to start sharing yourself to the world, like everyone. And like I said, I did that a lot in 2019 and 2020, and I'm still doing that every single day because this is, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't, I've been able to now continue to share myself, to give my testimony, to give you my underdog story. But it's very important because you need to be able to find the people that resonate with you. You need to find the people that are out here that need your inspiration, that need someone to tell them like, it's all right, you're going to get through it. Because some people, motivational speakers, I would consider myself a motivational speaker because I'm a Gemini, I'm a messenger. But I've been through a lot of shit, I've been through a lot of shit. But I'm tough. You got to be tough. You got to have tough skin. And I've been a person that's been kind, and my kindness has been killed by a lot of people. I'm very forgiving. But these people that I have allowed my kindness to be abused with, they have not made me cold, but made me a lot tougher, right? Is an experience I had to go through. So, I'm kind, but not to everyone. And I'm not going to be upset for not being kind to you. Well, it is what it is. And we have to remember that. Not everyone that smiles on our faces are our friends. That sucks too. But it's the Matrix. It's duality. We have to be able to peep game, And I think in any vessel, in any realm that we live in, it'll be like that. We'll have the good and the bad, right? In the Bible, it talks about, though we don't fight flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness in high places, right? Not only are we fighting spiritual beings that we can't see, we're fighting them here, right? That people that are being used as vessels for the enemy, right? And then we have enemies within self. You know what I mean? That we have to bound and we have to tune. You know what I'm saying? The self-talk, the negative talk, the self-hatred, those things, the things that we've been taught. Some people the things that we have been taught, right? Because, or we haven't been taught, therefore we didn't know how. It's important. It's important. And it doesn't help. The education system doesn't help, you know what I'm saying? And then we're distracted. With things outside self, with things outside of ourselves, right? We're distracted by people outside of ourselves. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh, you're comparing. Oh, hell no. You better stop that shit. You better stop comparing that. You better compare what the fuck did you write in your book yesterday? Did you compare what you wrote in your book yesterday? Did you compare? Oh, let me show y'all. Shadow book, boy. Your girl got her shadow book. Shadow, look, we got a shadow. Like you see the American Gods, like Shadow Moon. That's our greatest. That's the person that we're supposed to be looking at. I got tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons. I got tons and tons of things that I told myself I really had to heal and transcend because it was necessary for me to like. One, to remember myself, for two, to evolve, because I know I had to do better. You know what I'm saying? The greatest, you have to work on yourself. We have so much time, 24 hours a day, right, to work on ourselves. And it's very important because it feels good, because you see the progress. When you see yourself like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm amazing. I'm amazing. I'm amazing. I'm great. I'm fantastic. You know what? I may be going through some shit, but you know what? I'm going to get through it. Always remind yourself to think of what you want. Think of what's coming to you. Not think about, oh, fuck, am I going to be able to do that? Fuck that shit. That's irrelevant. We should never, ever, ever be thinking about what could go bad. Okay? I understand people like, oh, expect for the worst. I mean, prepare for the worst or something like that. I fuck all that shit. I don't got time to be thinking about that. That shit bothers me. Okay? No, fuck all that. I'm going to prepare for the best. Because I feel like, you know what? I would rather put my energy into preparing for the best than preparing for the worst. And that's just how I live now. Back then, oh man, what about this could happen? What about that? Okay, yeah, that's how I lived back then. I don't live like that no more. And it's hard it's hard to make that switch, because if we don't have a teacher or if we don't have someone to tell us we need to stop thinking like that, it's very difficult. And then our mind fights us. We fight ourselves, like, oh, because it's unconscious, right? It's unconscious how we've been programmed. And so it's very difficult sometimes, right? And then you got agents coming in and try to distract you when you get on a deep topic. Jeez, agents. It's okay. It's not their fault. They don't know that they're being used. You know what I'm saying? They know not what they do. And you know, really, that's all I have to say. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I said, we all have to transcend our lower selves, right? Because we were born through our mom's lower self, and we're gonna die through our higher self, our first eye. You know what I'm saying? We'll die from there. And wherever you left off is where you start again. That's your life. And it's a cycle. We're immortal, everlasting beings. That's what's so great. That's what's so great. Yet so like interesting, especially when we get to start seeing more. We start to see the supernatural happen based upon soon when not now, but soon, as we live in the age of Aquarius, soon we'll start to see more supernatural phenomenons that will begin to happen more and more and more. But our lives are already supernatural, especially I see synchronicities, which are crazy. Synchronicities happen to me all the time in my life. I've had synchronicities while doing football, premonitions while doing football, the magic that we live in. We live around magic, real shit. Not like levitating, and not yet. Right? Not yet. You think people will fly? I mean, I feel yes, but not now. Not right now. You know what I'm saying? We've been taught we can't fly. So it's going to take some time for us to evolve to flying people, right? Some people are like, nah. Some people are like, nah, that's not real. That's not realistic. But you don't even believe in astrology or stuff like that's supernatural. You know what I'm saying? You believe in spells and witchcraft. You don't believe in other things. You know what I'm saying? I believe in a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? But right, we're in the age of Aquarius. I know. So you must know yourself. You must know yourself. You must know yourself. And you must think for yourself. It's vital. You must stand for something. Well, stand for your goddamn self, first of all. Fuck everybody else. Real shit. It be like that. But then most of the time, once you stand for yourself, you start to attract people that actually stand for themselves as well. And that want to help you. You know what I'm saying? That want to help you. Teamwork makes the dream work. Like we're so I think Nino Brown has said it. It's like you can stack crates. It's like people be stacking crates together, like people that work together. Like that's how they got us all fucked up. Like we work together with people 365 days, but we don't collab together on a business. You see how they got us? You see it in sports though. You see, okay, hey, we'll think Kristen Press, for example. Kristen Press plays football, and then she gets a couple of the football players or athletes. Now they got like a clothing together. They play football together. Okay, let's go ahead and make a clothing store together. But we don't do that. One, we may not have the resources like them, but still, we don't even have that thought. Hey, we do, I take the orders, you make the burgers, but you want to do something else? Most of the time it's just partying, getting drunk, getting high, but we don't think about creativity. We don't think about helping each other become better or helping each other. How can we make more money together? I like your vibe, you like my vibe. How can we help each other make more money? Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you said, have I heard about the volcanic eruptions in Spain? Yeah, it's going down. It's going down. Everything, yeah, it's going down. Y'all are coming through. Interesting. Yeah, so that's another thing. When I watch football, and then I see, what's going down in the locations. Like y'all, I showed y'all the video on what's happening around the world, the Great Awakening video, right? The Great Awakening video with all the people. We are awakening. And then we have volcanoes erupting. And I remember I was telling y'all about what Fernando had said in Revelations, right? I'll tell y'all again. He talks about it's happened before. It ain't the first time. But in Revelations, it talks about the destructions of our solar system, the destruction of our 7 planets, right? And Saturn will be the last one to go down. The destruction of our world. Therefore, when the new world comes, we will be under a new solar system. We may not be here. I don't know if I want to be here for the destruction of the whole planet, the solar system. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing and terrifying, right? Real shit. I don't know if you know what I'm saying, but it's like damn. But this has happened before. Think about all the civilizations that have lived before us, and then their whole solar system was destroyed, and now they had different stars underneath them, right? They had when they looked out and they looked outside, they had a different star. They seen a different star. Like when we go to sleep, we see the moon. When we wake up, we see the sun. Well, we call it the sun now. They call it other things. We call it the moon. They call it other things, right? Like I said, we've been taught a lot of shit that's fucked up. We've been taught a lot of things we've been taught so much fucked up shit. We don't even know how to even think or even correlate shit. The fuckery is deep. The fuckery is deep. It's like, what the fuck? Y'all didn't even give the underdog. Y'all didn't even give the underdog the tools. But actually, they gave us the greatest tool. They gave us ourselves. They were like, let's see what they do with it. Let's see what they do. And so, like I said, I meditate every day or every other day or every day now almost. I'm not, because it's important. However you meditate, do it. You need to remember yourself. Clear your thoughts. Have peace and calmness within. But no, there's fuckery outside. There's fuckery on the internet. There's fuckery. There's people that are fucked up. There's good people. It's just what you see. I was walking outside. I didn't go outside. I was walking outside, going to the store. And I don't know anybody. I mean, I know some people, but I'm not gonna go come and talk to you. What the fuck? I don't know you like that. But yeah, like just the agents, right? And the agents of the Matrix. I'll be like, damn, y'all like have nothing else better. I'll be like, yo, you an agent. Like, you an agent. Like, I know you're an agent. Like, stop. Why are you even, they be watching us? I'm like, do you know which, end of all things, it's unfortunate because they get used. That's just the role that they're playing as an agent to come try to distract us and stuff like that. I feel like the audacity of you to come and try to distract me, bitch. Because remember, God is not the, God will not, is not gonna give you confusion. You know what I'm saying? God doesn't come here to confuse you. He gonna give you the real shit and you won't take it and then be gone. But the devil, oh damn, the devil gonna tell you this is this and that is that. And then the next day gonna tell you this, and that, and then confusion. The devil loves to confuse. But this motherfucker intelligent. This motherfucker, the devil, that's why you have to know thy enemy. You have to know your enemy. All right, your biggest enemy is yourself. But then we have an enemy outside of ourselves, which is Saturn, Satan, and his fucking minions. These motherfuckers. Real shit. I'd be like, this nigga, so you being used, Saturn using you as a bitch? Yep. Saturn using you as a bitch. And you don't know it because most of the time you're unconscious to it. And if you are conscious to it, what the fuck? I guess. Don't talk to me though, bitch. I don't want to talk to you, bitch. You know what I'm saying? And that's really how you just have to like look at it. You know what I'm saying? And it gets tricky. It gets tricky because some people, it's your intention and your heart. Your heart is one of the most powerful vessels is one of the most powerful chakras that we have. But then the heart gets cold. The heart gets abused. The heart gets weakened. But it's the most powerful. It is the most powerful. God knows our hearts. And I feel so does the devil. So it just depends on, how you want to go about it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you're not going to be able to tread lightly in this world. You're going to step on people's toes. And honestly, I'm okay with that. Me being a Gemini, I'm okay with that. I had to be okay with it because that's just reality. You can't be nice to everyone. Sometimes you got to show them your teeth. You know what I'm saying? They say kill them with kindness. No, I'd rather just say fuck you. You know? You know what I'm saying? Nah, fuck you. You don't deserve my kindness. How about a fuck you? Get the fuck out of my face. How about that? And some people are like, oh, that's mean. Bitch, stop being so sensitive, bitch. And I'll call you a bitch too. Like, they have desensitized us, right? They have made these words that we use. Now, sometimes you need to call a bitch a bitch. Sometimes you just need to call them a bitch and tell them to fuck off. You know what I mean? These words are here to be used, however you want to use them. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, don't say this, don't say that. You know what I'm saying? It's the collective mindset because they got us collectively. You know what I'm saying? Like universally known, people that look like when universally known, I'm talking about collective wise. When people come and see me, they're like, oh, look at this black girl. That's universally known. That's how the universe knew. That's how, not the universe, but this is how we've been constructed. Oh, look at this black girl. Look at this black girl. Oh, you know what I'm saying? And I get those projections when people fresh meet me. Oh, look at this black girl. And then I tell you I'm not black, and I'm telling you I'm not this, and I tell you I'm not that. I challenge your belief system. But I've been told I've been told that you're black. I've been told that you're this. I've been told that. Oh, bitch, first of all, I told you that I'm not. But I've been told, I've been programmed this way, and I can't blame you because I was programmed that way too. That's just how I feel. That's just I don't want to be called this. Well, the only time I'm black is when I'm filling out certain things. Oh shit. When I'm filling out certain shit. Oh yeah, black African American. Black African. Oh yeah, for sure. But then we already know the race shit is stupid. But why is it here? But we got to transcend that shit too. Goodness gracious. And it's still heavily in sports. It's crazy. And people are racist online. You're like, oh my God, grow up. Like, how, grow up. Jeez, I don't care what you look like. If you're a good person, okay. If you're a bad person, I really, I don't want to be around you. You know what I'm saying? Good vibes only. High vibes only. Anita be flying high. The only time I really come down here is for football. Really. That's the only time I really be coming down here is just to talk about some football and some other things. That's the only time. But besides that, I be flying high. I be in my own realm. I be in my own space. You know what I'm saying? I be in my own mind. I be in my own zone. I be where I want to be. Unbothered. And it's like I said, because I'm a Gemini, I'm in most of the time I'm in my own studies. Right? But also me being a Gemini is I think. So I think a lot. I think it's Gemini. I think. Okay. But, there's a lot of ways we can take a lot of things that are going on around the world. Right? The volcanoes exploding. This is the apocalypse, the end of this world. Right? The end of the world, the end of this world, the end of this thinking, the end of us looking outside of ourselves. This is the end of this world. We're I think Peace Dealer says after 2023, we will be starting to rebuild the new world. I'm 25. We're going to be helping. I'm a set Pluto and Sagittarius era. So we're going to burn all this fuck shit down. And we're going to help rebuild it. I'm a mutable sign as well. So we're going to flow. We're going to pretty much we're going to take the pieces that don't belong. We're going to start pulling them. You know what I'm saying? We're going to start pulling them apart. That's what I've been doing, especially with football. Pulling out the fuck shit. Because it's fuck shit. Just enjoying it because fuck this world. Has it really benefited you? Has it been? I'm looking up my life, my first 25 years of life. I feel like the best thing, what it could have happened is the reset. The last should be first, the first should be last. The reset was needed. Is needed. I was listening to Arjuna, and she was saying, it's going to come in time when the celebrities, them going along with the collective narrative, like the shot, will cease to exist. They will have to speak for their own selves. They will have to have a voice for their own selves. They will have to use they got the platform from it because of what they've done and how they've helped humanity. But now it's going to come to attack where it's like, now they're threatening you too. They want to take your livelihood. You know what I'm saying? They want to, are you going to side with the people or are you going to side with the narrative that they want you to, you know what I'm saying? And we're seeing a lot of celebrities choose which side they want. But they're just people in bodies as well. You know what I'm saying? They're people with their stars just like us. You know what I'm saying? And I just think about, look, I'm 25, so a lot of them have a lot of years on me. Some of them don't. We got young stars up and coming. And then remember, we all got certain roles to play. I got a certain role to play. You got certain roles to play. They playing their roles good. You know what I'm saying? They got certain things that they're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? My role may not be to do that. And your role may not be to do that. We got to stay in our lane. Stay in your lane. You know what I'm saying? We got to do what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? So once I started to see, okay, people, I'll talk about some football and promote football, talk about football, see things, help us. How can we expand football? How can we evolve with football? How can I bring more awareness to, of course, what's going on in the world with football and use it like it's my bitch? But football has helped me out a lot. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be live if I wasn't here talking about football. Right? You would have never discovered me if I didn't get on the internet and talk about football. You would have never found me. You know what I'm saying? I advise people to create their own channels as well. Talk about shit that you like to talk about. You're going to find people to talk about it with eventually. People are like, oh, yeah, because a lot of people are still afraid to present themselves. So sometimes that's not your role. Not your role to be create a YouTube. Sometimes you create the websites. Sometimes you create the books. Sometimes you create other things. But you got a talent. We all got talents and gifts. We all got magic. You know what I'm saying? We all got the tools. We got the tools. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm no guru. I'm my own guru. You know what I'm saying? I go within and figure out things for myself, as you should too. Always just think for yourself. That's really all I can tell you. Continue to think for yourself. Things are gonna get a lot more fucked up in the world, in the Matrix world. That's why I did it. That's why, like I said, sometimes when I be seeing shit, I be like, damn, I'm late. Like, this is some late shit. I haven't even like the whole Nicki Minaj stuff. Like, I didn't even know what Nicki Minaj had did until like I hopped on the internet. She had said some stuff because I can tell you, I just be in my football world. I don't even know what's going, and sometimes I don't even know what's going on in football. I just be watching the game. You know what I'm saying? But that's my world that I'm creating. You got to create your own reality, real shit. So, I don't have a lot. I have only a couple things in my reality. Well, I have a lot of things spiritually, but in the material thing, I really don't like to entertain too much. I got my certain TV shows and certain football. That's pretty much it for right now, especially during the pandemic times. What is else to do, right? Study astrology, study things that that interest me. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what we got. We got about 5 minutes left. So let me end this stream. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna get prepared for the America Paraguay game. But let me see something real quick. Yeah. So I'm gonna be back, y'all. Y'all stay up, stay well. If you I'll be back. I'll be back. All right, I'm gonna end it right there. So to end my statement, if you didn't watch the video, pretty much here's my conclusion. I'm gonna say it again. Who deserves an attempt to qualify for the World Cup? My answer is the top 50 teams. The top ranked 50 teams deserve to qualify for the World Cup. All right. All right, y'all. So thank y'all for tuning in to Anita's Joint. #Exendajoint. Every day's payday, baby. And I'll see you on the next one. I'll see you on the next one. All right.